All right, so today we're going to do more with circles. First off, we'll do a little warm up here. If we have an equation of a circle, the radius is 7 and centered at -3.7. If we're going to write that as an equation, we would have x plus 3 squared plus y minus 7 squared. That's going to equal the radius squared. The radius is 7, so that squared would be 49. Today we're going to have to complete the square twice in order to get this equation to look like that, so we can pull out the radius and the center. So first off, I'm going to put the x's together, and I'm going to add something. I got to complete that square, and then I'll have the y's plus something to complete that square. I'll move the 21 over, and then I have to add the two things I added when I completed the squared. Half of 10 is 5, so I'm adding 25. Half of 4 is 2, so I'm adding 4 to both sides. This becomes x plus 5 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 8. So the center would be a -5, comma, -2, and +2. And my radius equals square root of 8, which is 2 root 2. On example 2, I have x squared minus 8x plus something plus y squared plus 6y plus something. Move the 30 over. Add the two things that I added. Half of 8 is 4, so I'm adding 16. Half of 6 is 3, so I'm adding 9. X minus 4 squared plus y plus 3 squared is equal to a -5. And this is a problem. It's not a circle, because if it's a circle, the radius has to be positive. So if you end up with a negative radius, it's not a circle. On example 3, the first thing I noticed is I could divide everything by 5. So I'm going to do that first, which will give me x squared plus y squared minus 3x plus 2. I need to put my terms together. So x squared minus 3x plus something plus y squared. It's already a square, so my k value is going to be 0. And then I'm going to move the 2 over, -2, and I have to add just the one thing. Half of 3 is 3 halves, so I'm adding 9/4 to both sides. X minus 3 halves squared plus y squared is equal to 1/4. So my center is going to be 3 halves, comma 0. My radius is going to equal the square root of 1/4, which would be 1/2. On example 4, it's not an equation, it's an inequality. So whenever I have an inequality, that means shading. And because it's less than, I'm going to have a dashed circle. But first, we got to find what the equation would be. X squared plus 4x plus something plus y squared minus 10y plus something is equal to 7. I'll go ahead and make it less than 7 plus something plus something. I added 2 squared, so I'm adding 4. 5 squared is 25. complete the squares. X plus 2 squared plus y minus 5 squared is less than 36, which means the center is going to be a negative 2, 5, and my radius is going to equal the square root of 36, which is 6. So now we need to graph it. So I'm going to put my center at negative 2, 5, and my radius is 6. So I'm going to go 6 to the left, 6 to the right. So I'm going to be at 4, 5 over here, and then I'm going to go be at negative 2, negative 1 here. I go back 6, which put me at a negative 7, 5. And I go up 6, which is going to put me at negative 2, 11. Now remember, I'm going to have a dashed circle. And I have to pick a point and shade that side. So I'm going to put in 0, 0. If I put in 0, 0, I'm going to have 0 plus 2 squared plus 0 minus 5 squared is less than 36. So 4 plus 25 is less than 36. So the point I checked was true, which means everything on that side of the circle is going to be true. So I'm going to shade the inside of my circle. And there we go.